Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Woman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news. Just wanna know what you can do.
Hey,
Hot
hey,
topics in
hey.
your face, baby. King
Hot
Roman
topics
knows.
in your face.
Wrong, baby.
Let's go.
Wrong.
Say that shit, Duchess. Come on.
Good morning, good morning, good
Good
morning,
morning, good morning, good morning.
6:38 East gonna come baby time. So the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local
Politics and local.
King Roman news.
Oh,
King Roman news.
that's right. Say what? Say what?
Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman news, coming just for you. King Roman news, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman news, King Roman news. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Let's start this show.
Start this show. Good morning to you all. I feel like I'm so low. My chair. Good morning, crew. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I feel so blessed to be here in such a good, positive mood. I feel so good. Yesterday was a great day for me. A lot of revelations, a lot of like come to Jesus moments. Yeah, yesterday I went to the spa. I went and got me a little 90-minute massage, and it was so therapeutic. I said, "Can I tack on another 30 minutes?" She said, "Yeah, you can. You're sure?" I got me a little additional 30 minutes massage. I needed it so bad yesterday. But I want to say good morning to the members. Thank you for being here. Thank you for holding me down. Shout out to the moderators. Thank y'all so much for all that you do. And shout out to everyone who subscribed to the channel, subscribe, drop comments, share the video out. I appreciate your support. I really do. We're a small channel over here. We're growing. We talk about any and everything. Everybody's opinion is welcome over here. I never try to tear anybody's opinions down. You're always welcome over here. Before I begin, you all, I want to start the show off with this quote of the day. I hope this touches someone everywhere. Now, some people say this all the time. I say it as a practice in anything that I get myself involved in, whether it's YouTube, whether it's a job or career, whether it's relationships. I always live by this. Always be prepared for the unexpected. You never know what will happen to you day to day. You never know. Something might happen today. Always be prepared for your unexpected. Always go into situations like, okay, if this doesn't happen, what will be my consequence? The better prepared you are, the more you're able to handle any situation come your way. And that is one of the building blocks of being confident, being prepared. It ain't looking good. It ain't, no, being prepared, educated, understanding the consequences before you get into it. And I'm saying that for a reason. The message hit me yesterday, and I wanted to share that with you all. Always be prepared for whatever comes your way, is thrown your way. Now, crew, on Sunday when we talk, I want to talk to y'all about a topic that's happening to me. It has been happening over the last 6 months of my life. And yesterday, that came all crashing down. That's why I said always be prepared for the unexpected. Now, I have a subscriber out there who does not like me for whatever reason. I don't know how to block them because I can't see them. They have been trying to blackmail me for the last freaking months. Okay. They've been sending me emails. I would block the email address. They'll find another email address and send me. Apparently, they think that they have some information that they'll give to someone or send to my job that is so damaging to me that it'll end my whole career. It'll end me. And yesterday I got an email. I got one of those emails, and I finally replied. And I told my I said I'm sick of it. I finally replied yesterday, and I said, do your big one and make sure you do it big. I'm not afraid. I'm all whatever you think you're gonna do, whoever it is, and I'm talking to you, and I'm gonna talk more to you on Sunday because this ain't this show. I want you to know I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm just letting you know I'm just sick of the harassment. So I wanted to share that with you all. Always be prepared for the unexpected because you never ever know. And shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for being here this morning. Tisa, good morning. Ox City 805, good morning to you. What up, Curve Vixen? Brick Girl, Hot Spicy Tea. What up, King Kaios? Am I saying it right? King Kios, King Kaios. Brick Girl Haley, Cheryl Burnett. What's up, Cash App and Bullshit? Please hit that like button on your way in. And shout out to the replay crew too. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all. Look at all this green. Yes, baby. Yes, people are very miserable. We're gonna talk about it. I want to make sure I stay clear on. Ain't gonna get me sidetracked. So it's a lot going on in the world. We got the Lizzo stuff. We got Tory. We got some Ice Spice stuff going on now. Child, they don't put a label on her video saying that she's producing child pornography. I'm like, Ice, this ain't good. Girl, this ain't good. But before we get to all of that celebrity hot topic stuff, we got to deal with the business. We got to talk about the local news. We got to get into the local news. Now, these stories, and you see I titled it, the wait, what? Like, wait, hold on, what? Wait, are we really doing this in 20? This is titled the Wait, What Report. Both local news and hot topics. Wait, what? All right, y'all. So y'all sit back and let's just jump right into it. So this first story is coming to us out of Texas. Baby, this is some crazy shit. So this woman, she's 35 years old. Her name is Tanisha Henry, okay? Tanisha Henry has her daughter in the car, and she has her ex-boyfriend in the car. And they had went shopping, well, shoplifting. And so she had all of these different identifications on her, social security cards, insurance cards, all kind of things on her possession. And so when she went to the store, she tried to use a fake debit card and it declined. And you know, most of these stores now know when it declined and it's reported stolen, bitch, you about to get, they calling the police. Well, that's exactly what happened here. But this is a different kind of situation. So this is the woman, this is Tanisha. So the police was called on Tanisha and she led a high-speed chase. She was traveling through the wrong lane. She didn't give a fuck. She was dodging. They said she was at speeds of 100 miles per hour. So she did her high-speed chase, all of this with her 14-year-old daughter in the car and her ex-boyfriend in the back seat. This is nothing. So she finally runs out of gas and she has to stop. So she stops. All these police officers on her like this. You know what she does? She gets out of her car, walks around to the passenger door, pulls her daughter out, puts her in a chokehold, and proceeds to walk to the middle like she has a hostage. I said, wait, hold up. Everybody in the car, you choose your daughter, the 14-year-old girl, not the ex-boy. I'd have told his, look, we're going to have to do something. And they said they heard the daughter, Mom, no, let me go, screaming for her life. I said, whoa, shit. I said, nah, she didn't do this to her daughter. No, she did. You see this other picture over there? That's her in the chokehold with her daughter. And so the driver failed to comply and pulled the juvenile passenger out of the vehicle. The driver proceeded to place the juvenile in a chokehold and position them as a human shield. So police officers are trying to stop her. All these guns are on this woman. Do you think she gives a fuck? Not at all. Main premise, they found 20 pieces of what we would call identifying information. So numerous cards, debit cards, credit cards, social security cards, health insurance cards. They found all of that on her. She was trying to use that. So Y'all want to see how this all went down? Yo, check this out. I'm very shocked that I for some reason I just assumed she would have asked the man. Maybe she would. I don't know. I just did not assume this woman was gonna pull her baby out the car like that. The daughter was released to the grandparents. The woman now, she's been arrested. She's been charged with evading arrest, child endangerment, and fraud, and she's gonna be in jail until September 27th. Y'all check this out. Oh, it'd be nice to hit play.
Right, as you can see behind me, those tires are still on her yard right over there. So she can now drive out of her driveway safely. But she told me
Oh, sorry. Y'all gotta bear with a nigga. Share the wrong video. Here we go. And shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being in the room. Hit that like button. All right.
The Harris County Jail. This officers say that she took them on a high-speed chase and used her own daughter as a shield in the standoff. That's right. Fox 26's Sherman Sell joining us live in the newsroom to break down what happened. Sherman.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. Some images from the police officer's body camera show the moment 35-year-old Tanisha Selena Henry put her daughter in a chokehold as police had their weapons drawn. Now, before we show you that, here's a timeline of what police say happened. Last Thursday around 9 p.m., the Western Police Department received an alert from the Bel Air Police Department about a suspect vehicle involved in a theft case in that city. Webster officers located the car and they attempted to pull the car over in the 500 block of Bay Area Boulevard for a broken light. And that's when the chase started. Precinct 8 constable deputies also got involved in this. Police say Henry was speeding on the Gulf Freeway Service Road, going over 100 miles per hour. She then made a U-turn and drove the wrong way on the southbound service road. Police say that car that Henry was driving eventually ran out of gas on Cullen. And when Henry got out of the car, she pulled her 14-year-old daughter out of the car with her, placed her in a chokehold, and used her as a human shield, asking police to shoot. Officers say the child was visibly distraught. Deputies were able to get behind Henry, tase her, and place her in custody. Now, Henry, of course, has a long
What the hell?
theft and forgery in Florida, and police found stolen.
Baby, what? Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? So this is the legacy. This is the story that you want to leave your child with. Now you could have been you couldn't have. I mean, you could have been a loving mother to your child, but this is not reflective of it. Do you know your daughter got to live with this? Like, I'm sure people can recognize who that was and what situation and what family this comes from, reasonably deducting. She's 14 years old. Girl, your own mom had you in a chokehold. That shit is frightening. Because of you, mom. Because of my mom. Now she's with her grandparents. I hope you don't get custody of her. Out of all the things you could have done, you decided to use your daughter as a shield. So they ended up tasing the mom, trying their hardest not to tase the daughter. So when they finally got the right angle, they tased the mom, took her down, and then they went and got the man out the car and arrested them both. The fuck? All of this because you want to steal some clothes and you done stole a car? Like, come on, don't your children shouldn't be involved in your criminal activities. Now let's take it one step further. You got a man in Florida, him and his father, they get into an argument about car payments. Okay, about car payments. The father had been paying the son's car note and then told him, I'm not doing this no more. This is your responsibility. So, or I'm going to take the car from you. Which one you want to do? So they're arguing. The son goes and gets a machete out of his car and then begins to wield it at his father. His father went to go get a street sign to shield himself because the son was trying to off the dad with the machete. So finally, when the father got him off and tried to run, the son got in the car and tried to run the father over because of fucking car payments. Again, this is why today's show is Wait, what? What is going on? Wait, what? Lizzo, wait, what? I can't wait for us to get to that story. I already, now after having my deep analysis, reading and going through, I know exactly what's going on here. This all came because of one situation, but we're going to talk about that later. Yes, machete. Now, y'all want to call me forehead. This is the lack of nothing but. Miami man tries to stab father with machete, run him over after argument about a car payment. 10 p.m. Monday night. First, it started with the boy throwing rocks at his father. After the father told him no, he started throwing rocks. Yo, grown ass is throwing rocks? Okay. So the father started throwing blows at him. So they started actually fighting. Well, he picked up that sign. The father picked up the sign to protect him, and he went and got a machete. And now, dude is arrested on second-degree attempted murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and when he got in the car to try to run over his father, $8,000 worth of damage to the property and 2 other cars. All of this over a $200 car payment. $200. All of that. I'm gonna stab my father. I'm gonna do all of that for $200 car payment. Bro, you've just now changed your life. You've just like the mother and her daughter, you've just now changed your life and your father's life. I'm sure that was very traumatic for the both of y'all. What is going on? Galonzo, and his name happened to be Galonzo Milton. You don't look like no damn Galonzo. You look like Ralph, Rudolph, everything but that. What's up, Miss Gerald? Hey, everybody coming in the room. What's up, Mo Better? What's up, Bobby? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Michelle Crawford. Good morning. Right? Like, are you kidding me, Joe? What up? Hey, y'all. What's up, crew? Thank y'all for being here. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. So we got that story. So I wanted to cover those 2 children's stories going on in the world. One coming to us out of Houston, Texas, and the other one coming to us out of Miami, Florida. Specifically, Lil Haiti is what they call it, Lil Haiti. And you know the Lil Haiti neighborhood out in Miami is that's the hood, the little hood. I heard Funky Dineva saying that he does need to be under the jail after after he get a brazen attack. All right, so now y'all get into this next story. Again, today's show is the Wait What Report. So this woman, she's a cancer patient. She's in her house. And if you know cancer patients, they have a lot of doctor's appointments where they're not like, oh, if I miss this doctor appointment, I can reschedule it. No, you need to go because you are probably getting a procedure done that's life-saving that you probably need to do more frequently. So this lady, cancer patient in her house, chilling, got an appointment coming up. This man driving a dump truck full of tires decides I need to off these tires because my car, I have too much weight and it's not turning right. Out of everywhere he could dump the tires, out of everybody's spot, he decides to just off these tires into this woman's driveway, barricading her in her house. Now, first thing I said was nobody saw him doing this. Nobody on the block saw this shit happening. While it was happening, I said they don't fuck with you, lady. I'm just letting you know that personally, they don't fuck with you. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine on your neighborhood right now? Somebody, are you kidding? I know one of the Latinos are gonna let me know, first of all. And second of all, I'm gonna say something. What the fuck is going on out here? Ain't no auto mechanic shop dropped. It was over 100 tires placed in this lady's yard, scrambled all about. Finally, this man walking by like, damn, what's going on here? He decided to just move one by one on his own and stack them up on the side. I said, shout out to the Good Samaritan. Just random. Shout out to the Good Samaritan. I felt bad for the lady because she's like, she had to cancel all her appointments. Y'all check this dumb shit out. This is the shit I'm talking about. You will get yourself hurt. And he's doing it for his job. So now they're trying to figure out who the company was. They don't have a camera on the truck. Nobody had a ring. Nobody could identify. But all she knows, she woke up, she had tires on her fucking driveway. How disrespectful. So disrespectful. This coming to us out of Metro Atlanta. Now, this was the video I had played earlier by mistake. Check this out.
Behind me, those tires are still on her yard right over there. So she can now drive out of her driveway safely. But she told me it will still take the city 5 to 7 days to remove the tires. Oh, and get this. She also told me that after she called Atlanta police about the illegal dumping, she got a ticket.
I saw all these tires piled up across the driveway and I couldn't get out.
A mountain of tires and now a mountain of frustration for Denise Cutts. Miss Denise says when she woke up Wednesday morning, she found nearly 100 tires illegally dumped at the base of her driveway here in Southwest
Like
Atlanta.
for real?
Hurting part about it is that I'm a cancer patient. So I have a lot of doctor appointments and I was headed to one this morning. And I couldn't even get out of my own driveway.
The neighbors next door told me off camera that their home surveillance caught a man unloading tires off a truck and dumping them onto the driveway. Those same neighbors said the man told them he had to dump the tires because his truck got stuck and became too heavy to operate. The neighbors called the police. This is video of that driver waiting for officers to show up at the scene. It's unclear what happened afterwards, but the man eventually left, and the tires, well, they remained on Miss Denise's property. She has a serious surgical appointment on Monday, so her landscape removed the tires out of the way late Wednesday afternoon.
So I was able to maneuver around it.
So to make matters worse, by the time Denise got to her mailbox, she found this, an illegal dumping ticket from the city of Atlanta.
And it says I have 24 hours or you will be subject to legal actions being taken against you.
Unbelievable.
Atlanta.
Now, Miss Denise Cutts also told me that she called the city of Atlanta and they told her it would take 5 to 7 days for someone to get out here and remove the tires. I myself called the city of Atlanta and they told me that someone
Girl, I want to call
by Monday to remove the tires. We, of course, will stay on top of the story and bring you any new updates. George
That's
and Wendy,
fucked up.
back over to you.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, what? For real? Seriously? That is so disrespectful. I instantly went to my auntie, and I'm first of all, in our neighborhood, in the neighborhood my auntie lives in, not gonna happen. It's just too many nosy people that just be nosy. She cut her grass. They asking her, "We see you ain't cut your grass in a while." I'll be asking her, I'm like, "How do they be knowing? Do y'all be right?" Because she say the same thing about them. You know, she ain't been outside in a couple of days. How do you be knowing? Do you sit on your calendar and write today she came outside? So first of all, that ain't happening. Ain't no way. And then to know, because I didn't watch the video all the way to the end, to know the police was called, this man was identified, he was obviously let go, and she got the fine. Girl, you got a civil suit. You got emotional distress. You are by proxy. This is nothing to do with you. You need to get you a good attorney. There's no way you should be paying no legal fee. It damn near should feel like nothing happened. That's trauma caused to you. Somebody dumped on your property and now you're getting fined for their dumping and it's been reported to the police. Am I reading this wrong? Like, I could be missing a sign. It could be something I'm missing. Poor lady. I saw her drive. I said, damn, I know I would have tried to help. Them tires is heavy as a mug. I would have tried to help. Come on. I grab one. I roll them. I start rolling them. I hope they find out who that was, and I hope they get his job. I really do hope they get his job. No shade, all tea. I really do. What is wrong with people? So disrespectful. So disrespectful. Hey, Shantae, good morning. And y'all hit that like button too. Hey, Mo Better, Joanna, what's up? Good morning. Mo Better, I would sue him the hell. Okay, and I want to know the company. She need to load him up and drive him back City Hall. Can you imagine? That is so disrespectful. Is that Miss Toby? Hey, Miss Toby. Good morning, boom. Good morning. And then find her. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then find her. So, yes. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going. So, now let's get into this story. I shared it on my community wall because it was such a very sad story, and it's really not getting no traction or pick up because I think, and you know, I'm gonna be on the ledge. I'm gonna say this. You know, I'm gonna be a man of my word and say I speak it how I say it. I feel like they're suppressing the story for a reason because it was a cover up, a huge cover up. So I shared the story about Desmond Crutchfield, the man from Marietta, Georgia, who went to Germany. Okay, he went to Germany May 12th They sent him to Germany. This is the government. This is the army on a IT contract. He was there to install fiber optic connections in some U.S. health facility in Germany. He went on May 14th. Okay, the last message he got from his mother got from him was Happy Mother's Day. That was it. Happy Mother's Day. And then nothing. 2 days later, she get at her door in America, Georgia, to tell her to call an agency. I said, well, nah, ain't that some shit, bitch? They're going to come tell you to call somebody? Why don't you come in here, call on your phone, and we all be sitting here talking? What if I got questions? What the disrespect? And told her that her son had accidentally fell off a balcony. Now here, see the building? The 5th floor of a balcony of his hotel. He was there by himself. Nobody else saw it or anything. Now, you know what Roman did. The instant I heard that piece, here I go. Shit, I know I can't read Germany language, but I know Germany probably did a news article on a black man accidentally falling off a high rise in a hotel. I know they did that. Y'all think I found something? You know I would have came out here with it. I ain't find not one article of a black man falling off a hotel balcony. Nothing. Not one. I mean, I took black off and I just said, what about this man? I used his name. Then I tried to translate my language to Germany. Then I typed that, copied that, and put that in a Google search. Nothing. So I said, wait, now hold up now. What? So the story gets worse. So then she doesn't get his body back. After 2 days now, she done found out. 23 days later, she gets the body. Body comes to the States. Severely decomposed. Severely decomposed. She said she couldn't even touch, kiss, look at her baby body. She actually had to get him cremated for the services. And I said, ma'am, yeah, something ain't right here. Now, the U.S. government is playing the role of, yeah, we're going to help you find out, seek any answers that you need. We're here. We're going to extend all of our resources to you. Well, we asking you. How you going to extend us a resource on you? That's like me asking somebody, a suspect, what, we need you to help us identify you. What? Hold up. Something ain't right. So she reaches out to Germany like, look, I need additional information. I need she wanted the autopsy report to be released and all these different things to be released. And so they told her that she had to hire an attorney for all of this. I said, and then they'll be able to release any additional information. I said, okay. And it can't be any attorney. It can't be an international crime attorney based in any international state. It has to be a German attorney. I said, is the U.S. helping you, ma'am? Do they hear this shit? Do they hear that? That sounds crazy as hell to me. I'm not from Germany, but I got to get a Germany attorney. No, I'm going to get me an intermediary attorney who will then reach out to a contact. Are you kidding me? So we find ourselves here, and it's so sad because we'll listen to the mom, and shout to the Shade Room for doing their diligence. Shout to them for putting a video out and helping bring this story to light. No news reported on this story, no other news video or anything. I can't find nothing on him, and it's so sad because these circumstances is like, now had this been any, I hate going here. Had this been any other circumstance or any other situation or a variable changed in this story, I think we'll be having a different raise to action, raise to awareness. Absolutely. But I think it's being swept under the rug, allegedly, because I think there was some foul play here. Either could have been at the hands of some colleagues, or it could have been at a local citizen. But I do think there's some foul play. He fell off the building, okay, and nobody. We just no reports, no crime scene photos, no none of that shit. Where they do that at? Again, I'm for real. Let me tell you, this is why we calling this today. Wait, what? For real. The wait what report. So, and rest in peace to you, because you look like, first of all, I ain't gonna even throw it out there, but you fun, like you have a good time. So According to authorities, they said he passed away after falling 5 stories from a hotel room window. Come on now. Come on now. I just had to do reasonable deducting. He is an IT fiber optic specialist for the military. So I know he got some wherewithal to look and watch where the hell he's going. Okay. I do know that. I'm kind of assuming that. Secondly, what hotel y'all know got a window that you can open and go out of? I'm just trying to think. At the 5th floor level, what hotel? Most hotels are sealed. If they don't have central air, they're sealed. And then you're walking on a balcony. I mean, I'm really trying to think. No. What hotel? You're not going to fool me. I'm not going to be fooled. So he fell through the window. They also called the matter accidental and noted that he was alone in his room after midnight. Oh, after midnight. Okay. German authorities say surveillance cameras capture footage of the tragedy. They are unable to release it unless she hires a Germany-based lawyer. What? 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 That is the craziest thing to me. That is so crazy to me, y'all. That is crazy as hell. And shout out to y'all for being here. I want to let y'all know I really do appreciate y'all for coming in the room, whether you in on the top of the hour, the middle of the hour. I just appreciate looking down the chat, seeing your faces. If you can drop down and say what up or hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I just want to take a break and let y'all know that. So she is trying to hire a Germany-based attorney. So she's trying to get some help, clarity on her son's death. And so right now she's put up a GoFundMe to help raise money for both his death and a proper funeral ceremony. And so her GoFundMe so far has reached, I think was it $10,000 last time I checked. Now, mind you, yeah, the goal is 2,000. It's at let's just say 2,300, and the goal is $10,000 to hire an attorney to get footage to prove and verify that you call this an accidental death. You can't just say that without substantial. What are the she has no access to that. So I definitely made a donation to this campaign because I want them to get closer to hiring an attorney and figuring it out. Because if there's some foul play going on, people need to know about it. You rarely hear about foul play like this going on in a governmental agency or an interagency operation, but we do know exists. Let's not front about that. I do watch documentaries. I do watch a lot of crime shows. You do know it exists. It just takes it to happen to the right individual for it to be uncovered. And I want this one to be one. I want CNN and other folks to talk about it. Like, we need to talk about this. So y'all listen to mom. Mom, you know, she just sharing her heart, you know. Oh yeah. 131. I just want to make sure I got her. That's all I want to hear is her talking. Yes, sir.
Happy Mother's Day. That was the last time.
This was the last time she saw her son alive. On May 15th, he posted this video on Facebook showing off the views inside of his hotel room. It still haunts her to this day because 5 days later, he was gone. She had no idea until 2 police officers showed up at her door and told her to contact the U.S. consulate immediately.
Is there something wrong with Desmond? There's a case number here. Did he get in any trouble in Germany? And she says, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm not at liberty to say. She wanted to know, when was the last time I actually heard his voice? And then my heart sank.
So you called the number, and what happened?
They said, I'm so sorry for your loss. Desmond's death is as a result of a fall out of the Sheraton hotel window.
They told her he was alone and fell 5 stories out of a window at the Sheraton Carlton Hotel. They couldn't provide an incident report, but they claimed that it was all an accident, telling her that it happened just after midnight.
The child is so far away from.
Come on now. Come on. Who is listening to this story and saying, oh, okay, it sounds right? I would be able to justify this and feel so confident about it if I had an incident report, if we had the surveillance footage. We don't get none of that. And the reasons why is because she got to hire a German-based attorney, which we know they're probably German connected to whatever interagency. This sucks for this lady, man. You got to be kidding me. And I know somebody in the State Department watching this. Are you kidding me?
From you cannot get to them. And when you reach out by phone or email, you're constantly told, I'm so sorry, that information will not be provided.
She was also told that surveillance video captured the entire incident, but it's against the law for German authorities to release it unless she hires a German lawyer.
Knowing that mommy was probably the last word out of his mouth before he took his last breath. He probably called for me. I couldn't get there.
She says it was even more of a struggle to get his body back to the United States. And when it did, 23 days after he died, something terrible happened.
And they opened up the casket. It was devastating.
Desmond was returned home, severely decomposed to the point that he was unrecognizable. He had severe injuries to his head and jaw.
I wanted to touch him. I wanted to just give him one last kiss. And again, I couldn't. His skin was already peeling off and severe decomposed.
She only recognized the jewelry that he was wearing, including this turtle necklace that was still around his neck. She called the U.S. consulate again for answers.
He says, I'm so sorry, ma'am. Your son was a contractor. Your son does not receive the same privileges or benefits as he would if he was in the military.
They had to cremate him immediately.
He should have been treated like a human. You'll never bring closure to.
Shout out to the Shade Room for bringing this story to our attention. Thank you so much, Shade Room, for doing the due diligence and bringing. This is the official statement from the State Department, the U.S. State Department, which is, for a lack of a better words, we can't do nothing for you, so figure it out on your own. But here's what they're saying. They're saying, we offer our sincerest condolences to the family. When a U.S. citizen dies abroad, the department provides, here we go, all appropriate consular assistance to the family and friends, depending on the situation. This can include attempting to continue.
When a U.S. citizen dies abroad, the department provides all appropriate consular assistance to the family and friends of kin of the death, providing
to locate and inform the next of kin of the death, providing information on local burial or return of the remains to the United States, assisting the legal representative with questions concerning the disposition of the U.S. citizen's personal effects and or estate. And what else they had to say? Is that it? In the preparation of a consular report of death of a U.S. citizen abroad. Out of respect for the privacy of the family, we have no further comment. And that's what you call flat out BS. That's so sad. Rest in peace, Desmond. I really do want to know what happened to you, bro. I really do want to know what happened to you. I'm so curious to know what actually happened. And so many motives came to my mind. Were you out partying with somebody, that may have been like close local agency or something, and something went foul? Was there some like entertainment going on and you were robbed and that went foul? Was this something involving you as a subcontractor working with a military contract, and you went foul, but you did fall out a window and we have nothing? I don't know. We're going to stay tuned. I'm going to stay tuned. I want to keep my heart and my pulse on this story. Shout out to Desmond Crutchfield. And ma'am, I hope you get your justice. I know you're probably grieving. I know you're grieving. We know you're grieving, man. We definitely know it. Sorry to hear that. Tristan, what up? What's up, Zap? Good morning to you. What's up, Joe? How come they aren't getting her a German lawyer? Start there. Okay, you're going to offer all the resources. And then I guess they're supposed to provide a legal report of what happened to her. Well, where the hell is that at? I'm sure they're trying to make sure that they cover their bases by making sure it says exactly what it needs to say and nothing more or nothing less. Operative word, appropriate. Exactly. What up, Lincoln Berries? Ain't that right? Appropriate. I saw that. not automatic cremation, but she can't see the surveillance tapes, but y'all could have burned that man's body without notifying the family first. If his jewelry was still on his body, they didn't do an autopsy. Something not right. Ain't that something? That I didn't even think about that. That's gawked up. I wouldn't stop until I had some answers. She definitely deserves some answers. All right, so now we got to get into this last story, y'all. Okay, crew, are we still rolling? We still rolling. We got what, 40 minutes on the clock. Woo! So we got to get into this last story in the local news, baby. When I tell you when I say karma is my best friend, this is why I say karma is my best friend. Karma is next to me, near and dear. When I do shit, I be like, karma, how this gonna affect me? Oh, okay. When other people do shit, karma, what's gonna happen? Oh, just sit back. You just sit back, mind your business. That's karma talking to me. I'm on some real shit. You think I'm joking if you're not. Get into this story. So we got a man, Tracy Richardson. Okay, Tracy Richardson. And he is coming to us out of, is this another Florida? Nope, Southwest Houston. Coming to us out of Houston. Now get into this shit right here. So Wednesday night, yesterday. So this man, Tracy Richardson, had been dating this girl, right? And he had been very abusive to this girl, right? So what do we normally say? Call the police, get your order of protection. So she did that. But she went back again. And I'm not even going to go over that or even have an opinion on that because we hear it too much in these stories. And so she go back to him again. And then the next time he beats the shit out of her. So then he goes to jail. She gets an order of protection. He gets out on bond. So it brings us to now. He's been out on bond. So Wednesday, she went to go see him. Or he went to go see her, rather. And he's just outside. This is late at night, walking with her, right? Now, they get into an argument. And he starts beating the crap out of her outside as they're walking. Just beating her. This is what gets me. Everybody in the neighborhood that's outside or looking at that time of night, they see this shit. Everyone. There was a witness said, "Oh, I saw them arguing." But it took this man driving in a car. First he saw it. Because, when I be seeing that shit, like when I be driving around and I see a man and a woman getting into it and I see like a man putting his hands, I do be like, oh my God. I do stop because I'm very sensitive to it. I'll be like, oh my God. I might circle back around just to see like, is she okay? Did something happen? Is she still with him? What's going on? If I'm walking to a store and it's a loud, I'm definitely like, oh, dog ears up. The hell going on over here? That's just me. So I could understand him stopping. So he stopped to look. So then he asked the witness that was like, are they arguing? What's going on? And the witness was like, yeah, they're arguing. Because he was just monging her. So they said severely beating her. And so he circled the block one more time. And he shot this man. He aimed his gun at him while he was attacking this woman and offed him. Fatally shot him. And I said, Lord knows I don't be wanting people to just go out killing people and stuff, but karma has a way of coming back up on you. It really does. Who would have known that man would have been out there at that time of night, you out on bond that time of night, and you're walking with her and you're doing that at that time of night? Now, granted, check this out. During the whole course of their relationship, he had an 11-year-old son. Him and the 11-year-old son and the girlfriend was staying with the mom. The mom was conducive and complicit when all of this was going on. Now she's on the news. We gonna watch it. We gonna hear it. But my question to y'all crew is, do you feel like that's street justice? Do you feel like had he not been physically assaulting that woman, that somebody wouldn't have been so excited to the point that they wanted to pull out a gun on him? Or do you feel like I do, wrong is a wrong. He was doing wrong and you did wrong too. You should have called the police, but you didn't. He offed him. Now they can't find the man. And not only can they not find the man, they're offering him legal advice, the police and shit, like, yo, just come in and give us a statement. We ain't trying to arrest you. Shit. He got a long rap. That's literally what they're saying in the news. We're gonna watch it. Literally what they're saying. And I'm like, wow. It's a very like, oh wow. Wow. So y'all check this out. Check this out. Bond, separate attack, month prior, stay away from where she lives, and none of that. Did none of that. Exactly. What goes around comes around. Exactly. Exactly. Karma said, I'm not about to keep coming back over here. Let me handle this now. Y'all check this out. What up, Sims? Check this out. I said, all I could do was like, well, damn, baby. I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point. Like, what?
Right. Well, the man who was shot, he was out on bond for a separate attack on his girlfriend. It happened about a month prior. Now, tonight, police say they want to speak with the person who pulled the trigger. We spoke with an eyewitness. She says she saw the whole thing, describing this person as male. But tonight, police have very few clues as to their identity.
I was so in shock when I saw it.
What this woman who asked we conceal her identity, concerned for her safety, is describing is fighting so bad between a man family members have since identified as Tracy Richardson and his girlfriend. It prompted her to call 911.
At one point, they were both on the ground.
But before police arrived at this Boone Ridge Drive yard, that fight was finished.
From his car. So from
Steve Shellis says they may be able to argue self-defense of a third party, Richardson's girlfriend.
I think it's a justifiable shooting based upon the information that I've read.
According to police, Richardson was severely beating his girlfriend at Right. Well, the man who was shot, he was out on bond for a separate attack on his girlfriend. It happened about a month prior. Now, tonight, police say they want to speak with the person who pulled the trigger. We spoke with an eyewitness. She says she saw the whole thing, describing this person as male. But tonight, police have very few clues as to their identity.
I was so in shock when I saw it.
What this woman who asked on his girlfriend, it happened about a month prior. Now, tonight, police say they want to speak with the person who pulled the trigger. We spoke with an eyewitness. She says she saw the whole thing, describing this person as male. But tonight, police have very few clues as to their identity.
I was so in shock when I saw it.
What this woman who asked we conceal her identity, concerned for her safety, is describing is fighting so bad between a man family members have since identified as Tracy Richardson and his girlfriend. It prompted her to call 911.
At one point, they were both on the ground.
But before police arrived at this Boone Ridge Drive yard, that fight was finished.
From his car. So from his car, he just got up and shot him.
Police are still trying to figure out who he or she is. Sharing these photos of the shooter's silver car, attorney and legal analyst Steve Shellis says they may be able to argue self-defense of a third party, Richardson's girlfriend.
I think it's a justifiable shooting based upon the information that I've read.
According to police, Richardson was severely beating his girlfriend at the time. She was hospitalized after the attack and is having trouble seeing out of one eye. Several drivers stopped to check in on the couple, but this silver car was the only one to circle back.
Tragically. And took his life tragically.
Sharonda Formby is Richardson's mother.
My son was the light of our family.
Court documents show Richardson was out on bond for assaulting his girlfriend in a separate incident a month prior to the shooting. He had been ordered to stay away from where she lives and have no, quote, threatening contact with her.
Just in case the shooter, the unknown person, is watching your channel, right? My advice to him would be to go speak to a lawyer, have the lawyer reach out to the police department, whoever's investigating, and go make a statement in the company of a lawyer. And I think everything's going to probably turn out okay for him.
Listen, hello. I mean, I ain't trying to say you save a killer or whatever. I ain't off of that, but I think here that whole self-defense by third party claim, I like that. Me likey. I never knew nothing about that. Now I like that. Okay, self-defense by third party claim. This woman should take this as a lesson. This was her lesson. She got 3 lessons, but this was the 3rd lesson. I think she should, ma'am, baby, honey, sweetheart, honey, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, she barely can see out of one of her eyes. He was beating her badly. And I think, Miss Toby, I think somebody put in the chat, he probably saved her life. I think I saw somebody put that. He probably saved her life. Yeah, he probably saved that woman. Absolutely probably saved her. Absolutely. Can you imagine just walking down? I'm telling you, it's traumatizing. And you know how people use that claim in court that I was so shocked and traumatized that I had to, is by my reaction. He could also claim that I saw a negative attack. It wasn't like it was I saw a man viciously beating a woman for, obviously, I don't know any reason. And I just instantly blanked. You know, there's different kind of reasons, but I'm telling you, people got to be careful. Karma will come meet you at the door in any kind of fashion form. And this was this man. How fucking lucky. How unfortunate, but weird. They're walking at night. You got somebody literally witnessing all of this going on who ain't called the police yet and shit. That's what got me. Damn, was you scared too? He's gonna run over on you? I mean, wow. And then the man just circled back again. That was her blessing right there. That was it. That was counting. That was it, because he could have killed her. Instead, he got killed. And then you have, and it makes it hard for us to believe statements like the mom saying he was the light of the family. Okay. All right. We get you. I hear you. Rest in peace. By having to learn a very tough lesson, Tracy Richardson. And I hope this woman took it as a lesson, like lesson learned. Like, I learned, I got it. I get it now. I value my life. I love myself. This ain't worth it. This ain't worth it, because that bullet could have missed him and hit you. It ain't worth it. I definitely don't think it's worth it. In Florida, he will not be charged. In light of the family, that's the problem. Families don't hold their people accountable. It's like the kid that in Chicago that killed the man who attacked his mom. He definitely saved her life. The mom needs to shut the fuck up. You saying it now, light of the family, but the family must be pretty dark. They must have had that crack door open. What's sad is his family probably knew he was, of course, absolutely. And I was trying to look at the mom for signs of abuse. I'm sitting there looking like, okay, mom, don't condone too much. Her son was the light of the family. With your son was making this lady see lights. Clearly, he probably would have killed her. I agree. The life of the family. I'm glad we all on the same. The mother of these type men always wants to make them out to be saints. Okay. He was definitely triggered. No pun intended. Live by this. That's what it was. Thank you, Mo Better. That's the word. Triggered. Definitely triggering. Another thing that triggers me when I'm like, now, my baby is with his other parents. I feel so good saying that, thinking about that. They sent me a video yesterday of him running in the grass. And I want to get them an iPhone, because I'm like, okay, at this point, you even got to send me a video. This video was so choppy. It looked like it was moving like 4 seconds. I'm like, okay. But it's literally like when I see people abusing their dogs, or like being aggressive with their dogs, and their dogs is reacting to them like they're scared. That triggers me too. I'll be like, what the hell? I'll be driving like, oh shit. What's going on? It's triggering. We're humans. Side note, the wait what report title took me out. Very it's all it is. Like, are we really doing it still? Seriously. The mom holding her daughter hostage in the earlier part of today's report on local news really took me out. Like, I could not for nothing think or understand why a mom would jump out the car and take her daughter, and you got a whole man in the back seat hostage over police when we know we live in a world where there's moments where police are being excessive in their force, where they're not even thinking about taking the precautionary steps before pulling the gun or using deadly force, and you decide to put your 14-year-old daughter, your legacy, your next in kin, your baby, girl you raised, with you while you doing your scamming. She ain't got nothing to do with that shit you do. You decide to put her in the light fire. Whoa, I had to think about that. Like, so did y'all have the conversation in the car? Like, did you come out of this thinking that we're gonna be good? She know me. I'm her mom. She know I loved her. I was just in the moment. You got to be brainwashed to believe some shit like that. Like, hey, ma. Like, seriously, that story, that's really where it came from. Like, wait a minute now. And then them tires. So that is our local news, y'all. We're gonna stay tuned. We're gonna definitely stay tuned to the woman with the tires, Desmond Crutchfield. Rest in peace to Desmond Crutchfield. Who else did we have a rest in peace to today? And that was all of our rest in peace to Tracy Richardson, of course, him, a sad story. All right, y'all, we about to switch over to hot topics. Thank y'all for being here, and I hope y'all hit the like button. Okay. The mama definitely needs to shut the fuck up. Oh, I'm early in the comments. Miss Toby, you and me both. It's 7:10 a.m. in LA. Oh wow. You just cracking the dump. So let's get into wait. Yo, so I was cracking up at this video I saw. I was like, oh my God, this shit it's actually really good. He did a really good job of giving a Wendy Williams report. So we all miss Wendy Williams. We want to see Wendy Williams, blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime, let this young man entertain you. Okay, shout out to him. So this is what, if we had some Wendy, this is what he thinks she'd be giving. And I thought it was dead the fuck on. Shout out to him.
I just want to preface that I know that I'm probably going to hell for this, but this is my impersonation of Wendy Williams if she still had her show and had to report that Angus Cloud died. Clap if you ever heard of an Angus Cloud. Oh, a lot of you. Okay. He's on that show, Euphoric. Oh, Euphoria. Okay, which one did he play? Oh, the drug dealer. Oh. And he's easy on the eyes. Clap if you would have gotten with it. Yeah. What do they call it? A trap queen? I would be his trap queen. Yeah. Well, he's dead. Yeah. TMZ reports that he died following the death of his father this week, struggling with mental health. Yeah. Such a young man. R.I.P. young man. And shout out to everybody who's struggling with mental health. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for you. Yeah. Anyways.
Shady. You know when you do some shit like that, be giving somebody in the same breath, giving them well wishes and condolences. Like, I feel bad for people with mental health. Like, what? In Wendy fashion, shout out to him. I do miss Wendy Williams. I miss that motherfucking purple chair. I miss Wendy. Yes, I do. There are so many topics I would have loved to get her opinion on, her take on. Of course, I would have loved for her to respond to what Nene and Carlos King talked about when it came to Wendy Williams. But we will not get none of that. So that's neither here nor there. That show, Wendy, ain't it? Not the blurb, okay? Wasn't it, boy? I'm hollering. Ain't it though? What's up? What's up, sis? What's up? What's up? I miss Wendy. I do. Shady as hell. Definitely. So yeah, and I don't even know. I didn't know who Angus Cloud was too. So when I could hear her saying, "Clap if you know who Angus Cloud is." Oh, it's a lot of you all. Oh, shady boots. Shady boots. All right, so let's continue. Let's keep it moving. So, and we talked about it, I think on Monday or Tuesday. The performers being attacked on stage. From Drake getting bras thrown at him, to Cardi B getting water thrown at her, to her throwing the mics. But Pusha T, I think he took the cake. I think the Pusha T, what they did to him on stage, I think it was like, I said, damn. I will say his goons tried to come through and be hardcore. Now everybody's saying that it was a group of Drake fans that were paid to do this all together at the same time. I said that was a well-paid, coordinated attack. I mean, it looked like, I said, well, damn, Pusha. So y'all check this shit out. Now, this is why motherfuckers need to be careful, though. Because them bodyguards, they came out knocking niggas the fuck out. They came out. Now that's what Cardi B needs. Fuck people throwing water on you and you throwing a mic. But look at this. Look at this. This squad right here. Check this out. Baby, what? Hello, somebody. This is what I expect when you throw something at Beyonce. Ain't nobody making it out live.
Yo, listen. Let me tell y'all something. This nigga paid some niggas to throw beer, nigga. The fuck is that?
Baby, did you see that? Crazy as hell. Now they're saying it's Drake fans. I don't know who did it, but y'all gotta cut this shit out. Y'all gonna make it bad for the rest of us who trying to go and enjoy these shows. That right there was disrespectful as hell. And I'm sure he was embarrassed, humiliated, all that good stuff. He continued his show, continued the performance in good sport. But them dudes got put out. All them dudes. And you saw his goons come through. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, Linda. Listen, Lori. Listen, Lacey. Listen, Lucy. I want all of y'all to listen. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to have to throw no mic on my own. You just grab them by their shoulder. Come on, you got to go. No, I want blow. I want you to feel obligated to knock a bitch out. I want fist to tooth. That's all. How many teeth? What? Are you kidding me? So, yeah. Okay. We see what's going on here. What's up, Castro? Good morning. What's up, Tristan? I keep saying the same. I'm sorry. I'm just going back up the list again. They did their job. Okay, but they won't throw nothing else. Cardi asked for fans to throw water on her puss. Now, I couldn't put it on the show this morning, but crew, in your time today, I want you to go on, mosey over to Twitter, up to the X app, and I want you to type in Cardi B Offset. They just recently put out a twerk video, a little small twerk video promoting their new song, and when I tell you that's nothing but porn, you don't even see Cardi's face because all she's doing is shaking her ass on Offset. I said, damn, don't you notice he's showing himself way more than you? All we see is your ass. Like, we maybe see a little bit of her face do that, but it's mostly her ass. I'm like, damn, girl. And it's none of her lyrics, none of her words. And I said, damn, you got to push his music so much that y'all got to push out a little teaser clip of your ass and his lyrics so people will listen to the song. Girl. All right. Yeah, we see what's going on there, Reese. What up? I see plexiglass in the future at concerts. I do too. Y'all finna have venues have no drinks at these places. Joanna, but she said throw water on not my face. Stank ass. I hate me too. X videos. They meant as well release their sex tape. Okay, it's looking grim. It's like Cardi though. Guilty pleasure, don't judge me. Cardi tacky. All at the same time, Cardi is tacky. So that's the I saw that Pusha T. I saw that moment. I started tripping. Now, before we get into Lizzo and Tory, Ice Spice, my girl. Now, Ice Spice been doing it. She got a new song out now called Deli. I love that. I love the fuck out of that song. Y'all go check that out. I'll share it on my wall. That shit is the hype song for the summer for me. It went from Princess Diana to, I said, oh shit, Nikki. Oh shit, Nikki. I don't know, mamas. I don't even much know right now. I don't know what to say, but I definitely am fucking with Deli. And shout out, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you. Shout out, I didn't even know. Shout out to the moderators that share my. Thank you. So Ice Spice put out her video to Deli. And apparently she got a 16-year-old girl twerking in the Deli music video. Now, nobody would have known. I wouldn't have known. Nobody would have known until somebody came out and said, oh my God, is that a 16-year-old girl? And so they put this tweet out. Yeah, you mad weird for having a 16-year-old child doing all that in your music video. Now, that's not the problem. The problem is that now they have to put this label on her videos because it has been identified that there is a 16-year-old girl in her video. And I want Ice Spice to understand that this is a slippery slope, sweetheart. You got to be careful because this affects the bag. So this, and listen to what it says. This is more damaging than anything. Listen to what it says. It goes on to say, viewers should be warned. This video features a minor dancing in a sexually provocative manner, which may violate state and federal laws. Do you understand that? That damn near is like nobody should be watching this, because if somebody gets arrested and they find out that you've been watching that Ice Spice Deli video and they consider that a video with a minor dancing in it, provocatively sexually explicit content, and you're watching it, you could be held criminally. You can be held. I don't know what the charge would be, but you could be held liable as well. So it's like, are you kidding me? We're here. It goes on to state further, one of the dancers in this video is 16 years old. A fact likely known to Ice Spice, as the two follow one another on Instagram. Girl, redo that scene in the video and put another video out. You's fresh enough that you can get rid of shit like this. Pull the Beyonce stunt, how she dropped Khalees off that track. Energy so quick. It was like she came out and it was just removed. Same. We didn't even blink. Go on and just put you another video. You popping right now. We'll watch that other video. Release a statement. I apologize. I didn't know. It was a mere oversight. We redid the video out. Do that. Don't just let this shit sit and bubble up and people start having offenses, having things and claims towards you. And I really wanted to bring this to the light because people they don't realize that we be pushing the envelope with this, having all of the, everybody wanting a young girl in a video. Y'all be pushing the envelope with that shit. Y'all gonna find her, y'all gonna fuck around and find out. You ain't gonna take the long way. You gonna take the short way. You gonna fuck around and find out. So Ice, and I fuck with Ice. Like, I fuck with me some Ice. So get your shit together, mama. Now, I don't know if y'all have read the Tory Lanez document, the 41-page document that he entered before his sentencing. Good, because if you haven't, I've summed it all up for you. I've summed it all up. Tory Lanez lawyers want him released from jail and enrolled into a substance abuse program. Wow, 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 wow. This shit is so funny to me. You know how when somebody be out and they be beat, and then when they get put up against the wall, they shed all they shit and you see the real them? This is what I feel like with Tory. I feel like we've pulled back all his layers. Nigga, you ain't tough. You ain't that. You not this. And now we get to see him in his prime pleading. And it goes even one step further, because Megan Cuniff, she's been following this case as well. She's even saying in her statement, it sounds like he's saying, okay, even if I did do this, here's a reason why I did it. It sounds like that's what he's saying in this 41 page. It sounds like he's saying, let's just assume that the verdict is true. Let's just assume it is true. You got to understand these reasons led up to me demonstrating that kind of behavior. Now here go my thing. Where the fuck was your attorneys at during the trial to come present all of this stuff? Your whole back childhood. He grew up in a crack-infested neighborhood with his 3 homeboys living in one house. All of this was in the 41-page document, by the way. I'm going to show y'all. 41-page memo released Tuesday stating he's suffering from alcoholism. Were you suffering before? Then are you suffering now? Like, when did the suffering start, sir? Like, this shit is nuts. And he's saying that it's the reason why his culpability is reduced. He's saying that a psychologist came to the prison, met with him last month, and determined that because of his childhood, violence, abuse, grief, and neglect, all of that, it led to him being an alcohol substance abuser. And that's caused him to have what they're calling an alcohol use disorder. And that's played a role in why he's done some of the things he's did. So he shouldn't be held accountable for his behavior, because if you look at, my history, these are the reasons why. Now, on the flip side, also you need to take into account all of the community service I did, all of the international charity and donations I've made, all of that, Your Honor. You really should take that into account. And when you do, by the way, what I want you to do is I want you to apply this one rule that they got in LA. They don't never apply it to anyone else, but I want you to apply it to my case. It's called the unusual standard. That's what he wants. He wants the judge to look at his case as being an unusual case. And because it's an unusual case, you need to also include in the fact that I am a person who has an alcohol use disorder, because I don't believe that shit at all. I believe you just like most people who drink socially, and you may abuse it more frequently than others because of your access to it. But for me to believe that you've amassed the amount of success that you have, and you haven't fallen out like Wendy. Now, Wendy Williams, now if she got out here and was saying the shit you was saying, I'd be damn near like, yeah, y'all saw her fall on that stage. And don't nobody just do that shit on their own. Sorry, Wendy. I love you, girl. I do. I would be in your corner to this day. I would. But Tory, So he's trying to get his 13, the sentence, the possible 13 years in jail, sentenced to 3 years if you look at this as an unusual case. And we won't find out anything until 10:30 a.m. on Monday, the rest of his sentencing. Now, I'm going to be so excited, so interested to see how much of this the judge takes into account, because if you remember, he pulled this stunt before when they tried to get an appeal. He pulled this stunt before. Here's my history. Here's what I've done. My attorneys were bad attorneys. And so this is the reason why I should get a new trial. And the judge was like, no. And even if you did get a new trial, none of this stuff is going to change anything. You're still liable. So it's funny to see him try this shit now at sentencing. But here's the docs. I basically just summed it up for you. Mr. Peterson's alcohol use disorder reduced his culpability for the alleged offense. Assuming the allegations are true, Mr. Peterson's psychological, physical, and childhood trauma was a factor in the commission of the offense. So would it be reasonable for me to believe that your alcohol use plays a role in almost everything you do, in all the decisions you make, or just this moment? Because we're not going to say that you've done everything bad, but there are some great things you've done. So for you to claim here all of a sudden that this moment, this one instance is because of what about everything else that you've been a part of, or you've done, or you've taken a role in? Y'all walking a little fine line, especially putting in there, assuming the allegations are true. They go on further to say the current offense is connected to Mr. Peterson's childhood trauma and mental illness, alcohol use disorder. Because last month, that's what a psychologist deemed you as last month. Do you got any documentation of this being an existing issue before Megan Thee Stallion situation? Like, come on now. Even, damn. Oh, I was going to say something so wrong. But even somebody they can see it. Like, come on now. Here's another document. He goes on to say, here are the reasons why you should throw this out. Mr. Peterson would have been granted probation, but for his presumptive ineligibility, multiple enhancements are alleged in a single case. Mr. Peterson is not a danger to others. Mr. Peterson and his young son will be negatively impacted by his incarceration. Mr. Peterson has extensive involvement in the community and charity work. I'm sitting here looking like they throwing everything, bitch. They out here doing the Trump spin. Dot, dot, dot. Do I think this is gonna work? I don't. I really don't. I think it's a little too late. I really do think it's a little too late. And again, they couldn't present a lot of this in the original trial because they had to stick to the basis of the charges, and none of the charges were assassination of, him and alcohol. It wasn't a DUI. It wasn't anything. It was about him and a gun, and they never brought up he was drinking, or that was never something that was brought up as a main factor. So now we're looking at this like, okay, we see. And then, of course, his charity work is not limited to California. He's had toy drives in Florida and Illinois, Maryland. I didn't even know he was doing all this out in Maryland. He got an organization called Diamonds on the Rise out here. He's out help Haitian immigrants. He's done outreach in Mexico. He's a charity ambassador for the A-Star Foundation. It's like, did y'all know it? I didn't know he was doing any of that stuff. Maybe if you celebrated it more than doing some other stuff, it'd have been a different approach. Daystar Peterson. So that's where we are with him. So we'll see on Monday. Stay tuned, baby. We all gonna stay tuned. Some people gonna be sad. Some people gonna feel like another black man taken down, and some people are gonna feel like she's been adjudicated. Me personally, I have no fucking skin in the game. I'm just reading the facts for it. If he gets jail time, he gets jail time. Like, he won't be the first celebrity or rapper that had to go to sit their ass in jail for some crime that they done. So, I mean, at this point, it's just like, bruh, what you want us to do? Like, I ain't putting nothing on your bail. Now let's get into Lizzo, because see, this is just getting out of control. So, former dancers accuse Lizzo of harassment and creating a hostile work environment. Now, you have had to really read the facts of what they of what they submitted to the court. You have to really read that to understand that this was based on one event that caused someone to get fired. When the other girl got fired, the other one got mad at Lizzo and told Lizzo that was wrong. So they both came together and they were able to present a suit and got someone else on. When you pull it all together, that's really how this came about. Then we get the stories about, they were out on a show and Lizzo had them touching new counterparts that they didn't know they were supposed to go to a cabaret show. The girl who actually got fired, she was a virgin and she didn't want to have any parts in it. And Lizzo knew this. And apparently Lizzo was like, girl, touch it. Just touch it. And she felt like she was coerced. She was embarrassed. She didn't want to do it. Everyone else was like, oh my God, Lizzo, why would you make her do that? These goddamn fruit flies. Why would you do that? And so it brought us to this situation. All of these things happened prior to leading up to this situation that happened in May. So in May, her name is Davis. She was apparently at a meeting, and at this meeting, Lizzo was giving them notes on their performances. Like, girl, and I guess this is something that they do in the industry. I don't know. Every artist and everybody is different how they do their team. So she must have been sitting there recording as Lizzo was doing this. So Lizzo and her team pulled her to the side and was like, I demand you. In her lawsuit, she's saying, I demand you show me your phone and your iCloud storage. And the girl felt like, oh my God, it's an invasion of privacy. Girl, Lizzo, tighten up on your closet. See, shit like this don't happen to people who know to have this kind of stuff in their closets. You cannot record your phone. Your phone will be subject to search and seizure if we suspect recording. What are you doing? You playing too friendly with your girls. You playing too friendly. And so she showed her phone, and after, I guess she must have been recording her, she was terminated. This is what kicked it all off, y'all. So when you look at it like that, you're looking at you're definitely looking at someone who really had a bad relationship with Lizzo. It had been bubbling up, and then finally you did something to piss me off. I got enough ammo. I'm about to come after you. Now here's what got me with the media, with you, not the crew, not the subbies, the fucking media. In nowhere in their lawsuit against Lizzo does it mention fat shaming as a part of the lawsuit. Those girls use that as a way to build sympathy from the public for us to come out here and be like, oh my God, Lizzo, and you're fat and you're going to fat shame them. Oh my, and exactly what did people do? I can't believe Lizzo. And that wasn't the basis of this shit at all. It was a mere measly peasly piece. And you want to know what that piece was? On that show that they were doing, Lizzo had been questioning and asking them about their weight, about their size. And one girl in particular, she felt like Lizzo zoomed in on her a little bit more than others and was asking about her weight. Now, what we didn't find out was, is it because you're gaining too much weight or you're looking a little too thin? Remember, that was all about celebrating you having a beautiful body. So those were some details we didn't know. But when you put it in a nutshell and you got somebody who's angry and you're a millionaire, bitch, we finna blow all this shit up. You fat shame. No, bitch, you fat shame me. Yep, that's what it was. You forced me to do some sexual stuff that I didn't want to do. Yep, that's what it was. And then you gonna fire me? Bitch, I got you walking out the door. I'm gonna fucking sue all you. I got all. Do y'all get where I'm going with this? Now, we're not going to dismiss Lizzo's behavior. That's not what we're going to do, because what it uncovered is that Lizzo has a hidden ego. What we all do. Everyone has a hidden ego. But see, we're not rich enough to let our hidden ego shine. Like, I can't come out here and be like on my bravado. But when you got money, that you could be out here like, suck my pinky toe. And if it's the right kind of dollar, people going to do it. So Lizzo has a hidden ego. We're not finna say she don't. As reading through these documents, what I found out and what I got to be true is that Lizzo is arrogant. Lizzo thinks she's the tough shit. She is the baddest bitch in the room, even to producers, even to the girls who on her show. And it also let me know, and I think a lot of celebrities are like this. When you reach a certain level, it's hard for you to have a whole group of friends. You may have one or two, and they can't always go with you everywhere. So it sounded to me like Lizzo was also treating those girls as if they were her friends. Like, come with me if I want to go out to eat. Y'all better come. Because they felt like if I didn't go out to eat with her, I was going to be shunned. I wasn't going to get talked to a lot. She was going to put me in the back. So it felt like her hidden ego, y'all better come with me. And then sometimes when they would go, they would get a check. Well, Davis, when she refused to participate in the cabaret show and all, she didn't get a check for that. And she asked about that. Girl, why I didn't get paid? And they told her your behavior was unacceptable. Unacceptable. Because you should have been kissing her butt more. You should have been participating and making Lizzo feel. That's what I got out of it. That's what I got. I didn't get all this other stuff. I got, your boss has an ego. You got to a point where you didn't want to kiss that ass no more. She tipped it off. You was trying to gain some ammo in a meeting. Y'all already was bubbling up. You was trying to gain some ammo in a meeting. You had that phone out recording. And Lizzo, somebody tipped them off and got you. You got fired. And you said, you know what? I already had this ammo building up. Let's go. Because notice, you couldn't produce no video of the meeting. They must have deleted. That must have been true. It begs the question, why were you recording the meeting? Like, you can't miss these points. You can't slip these points out. Do I think Lizzo's out here fat shaming women? No. I mean, let's be fucking honest. Can we be real, crew? Let's be 100% 10 toes down with this. I don't think she's out here fat shaming girls. I think she thinks she is the baddest big girl. That's what I think. I think she feel like if you put her and another girl her size in a room, she's going to be looking at him like, bitch, I'm Lizzo. What? Oh, okay, girl, I see you. Because you got to think about some of the trauma that people go through on their upbringing. That was almost probably never her thing. So now she got it. She wants it. So I get that. And then you have this show and you have all these other big girls on the show with you. And you think what we see on the camera is just it? No, of course y'all going out, y'all doing things behind the scenes. That's when that hidden ego comes out. Where it's like there probably was some better girls, better than her, who probably had better personality than her. Yeah. You even the best celebrity. I'm sure Beyonce has somebody that we don't know about that. She's like, damn, that bitch bad. Like I look up to her. Everyone does. And I'm sure she probably got a little insecure by it. Shit building up. I do not think that. I think what we see here is, I don't want to say it's a money grab, but I think a work relationship that's soured and now it's gone by the wayside. Now you have all these other folks putting themselves in the mix. So you have Sophia Allison. She was the director of one of her shows, and she got off the show because she said Lizzo was arrogant. I knew it. I could tell you that. I could tell you that. Let's just side note this real shit. Let's be real. When you go from the bottom to the top, that's a whole different kind of come up. And when you get to the top, you are battling so many other battles because you're always afraid of going to the bottom, but not so much that, of feeling and having other people treat you like you at the bottom. So you're always fighting to stay at the top. Even when you are at the top and you got to fight, but you still up there like, I am the baddest. You look at celebrity. I was watching the Nene interview and I'm like, she still wants all this act like, girl, you got it. Just be calm. I see that and I get that in Lizzo. Unfortunately, she's a little bit younger, so it's going to come out a little harsh and more aggressive. And she ain't got no tight ass non-disclosure agreement. You think she's the only celebrity out here who's doing her people like this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is probably easy peasy compared to some celebrities of all backgrounds. Absolutely. Y'all got to check these writers. So you have, accusation number 1. Okay. Davis was fired in May for recording a meeting during which Lizzo had given out notes to dancers about their performance, according to the complaint. For me, I don't see anything wrong with that, right? And typically, if that's the case, you would go to the Employee Relations Board and file an appeal against that and say, hey, she fired me after this meeting. I don't think it was right. Here's my evidence for this reason, for the reason I was terminated. That didn't happen. A whole lawsuit came out for other reasons. And you ask yourself, if she hadn't been fired and they talked it out, would we have known about this? Would Sophia, the director, would she ever came out and said, yeah, Lizzo is arrogant? No, I don't think so. And here's what she said. Let's get to these accusations. So accusation 2, one of the complaints alleged Lizzo aggressively confronted Rodriguez, who was resigning because of how the pop star had treated Davis. The complaint alleges Lizzo stormed toward the dancer, balling her hands into fists and crackling her knuckles while shouting profanities. Lizzo was restrained according to the court documents, but Rodriguez feared Lizzo was going to attack her. Now, this was when they were at that little nasty show. The little nasty show, and I'm mad that why that ain't pop up though. I know I had all my stuff prepared this morning. Oh, here we go. I'm like, why you ain't pop? So accusation, here we go. So Lizzo's former dancers, Ariana Davis. Now Ariana Davis is the one allegedly who was a virgin. She wasn't into all of this freaky shit, but she signed up for Lizzo's show. I don't know how much of this she was aware about. I don't know what was in her agreement, but she wasn't with that freaky deaky shit. Hey, some of us aren't. And filed a total of 9 charges against the Grammy-winning artist and her team spanning from May 2021 to May 2023. To May 2023 when what? What did I say? When what happened? All of a sudden now she did that shit when Davis was fired in May. Okay, let's keep on going. You got to just put this shit together. So during that time, the dancers were weight shamed, forced to endure sexually denigrating behavior and preaching about sexuality and Christianity, and were pressured into participating in disturbing sex shows. Now, for those allegations alone, definitely damaging if they're true. If they come to be true on behalf of Lizzo, because one, it then opens up a lawsuit for so many other girls to come forward if this is true. That's what I'm looking for. See, when this shit happened to like R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, all of those folks, what happened was a whole bunch of folks, domino effect. 5 girls here, 6 girls here, now 8, now 9. So, Roman was sitting back like, okay, so we got these 3, who else? And then when you look at these 3, it was a domino effect here. Davis got fired in May. Davis was the one at the show. Davis said, I don't want to be in that shit. None of that. The next girl was the one who told Lizzo, like, that was wrong, girl. What you doing? Why you doing that to her? She a virgin. You shouldn't be doing that to her. And Lizzo walked up to her, that hidden ego, because as a professional, I'd have been like, hold up, why is she even talking to me? Excuse me, here's a pen and pad. Go on and write that shit down. You know the procedure. Don't even be over here raising your voice. Just capitalize your words. We ain't doing that shit. So that first was, but Lizzo, you got to remember she's younger, and that hidden ego. What you say to me, girl? What? Dot. So that's a domino effect. And then you have the other one who says, yes, there were times where she had wanted us to perform with a banana, but also had us touching body parts at this new cabaret show. So it's like, yeah, okay. If those things are true, it's going to be telling. It's going to be so many other women who participated in that shit. We want them to come forward. Bring that ass forward. Come put this shit out here. If Lizzo, you really out here doing this shit, bring that ass forward, girl. We're going to slow you down real quick. Okay? Hold up. Stop. That's where I'm at with it. I'm like, okay, damn, she's had a lot of girls in and out on her tour and on that show. But it just so happened you just got fired. You had a run-in with her. Okay? So that's where I'm at with it. I'm not proving Lizzo nothing, but I do think we need to dial back and look at the facts. So here's the director, Sophia. She was going to be helping her with her show. And Sophia tweeted, she came out here with her own little message. She said, I usually do not comment on anything pop culture related. So my question is, now you comment because it did come to the surface, which then leads me to believe that had this not ever come to the surface, we would have never known that you and Lizzo had a sour relationship. But I'll continue. But in 2019, I traveled a bit with Lizzo to be the director of her documentary. I walked away after about 2 weeks. I was treated with such disrespect by her. That's what you do. You didn't do anything wrong. You disrespect me, bitch, I'm out. Deuces, you got it. Because what you did was you saw that ego. You saw that arrogance come out. You saw that what they don't show in the front, but when you sat down to do that documentary, you probably was putting forth ideas and she probably was giving you the look like, girl, I'm queen. Yes, I am. What are you doing? That's what you saw. And you walked away. Like anybody, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And so I witnessed how arrogant, self-centered, and unkind she is. I was not protected and was thrown into a shitty situation with little support. My spirit said to run as fast as you fucking can, and I'm so grateful I trusted my gut. I felt gaslit and was deeply hurt, but I've healed. Reading these reports made me realize how dangerous of a situation it was. This kind of abuse of power happens far too often. Much love and support to the dancers. Yes, much love and support to the dancers. But I think if you really want to give love and support to the dancers, you would have shared this a lot sooner. Now, granted, we are glad that you came out and you seconded the message, but then you had to go one step further. So she comes out here to say, for clarification, I'm not a part of the lawsuit, but this was very much, someone else came out here said, I'm not a part of this lawsuit, but this was very much my experience and my time there. Big shout out to the dancers who had the courage to bring this to the light. Echoing what she said, I haven't been a part of the world for around 3 years for a reason. I very much applaud the dancers' courage to bring this to light, and I agree. Parts of my own experience, I'd appreciate space to understand my feelings. Well, I guess 3 years wasn't enough. I guess you're still dealing with, the pure disrespect that you face. I mean, I'm not finna beat around the bush. That's the industry you in. Y'all act like these people are going to be treating y'all nice. Now, granted, the sexual shit and forcing people to do religious stuff, wrong. And again, if that is founded, Lizzo, you have a problem. That is not how you treat people or your employees. But all this other stuff, her hidden ego, that's nothing. That's not, you can't sue her for her ego. You can sue her for the actions of her ego. That's why she should have a tight ass non-disclosure agreement, because it covers herself. If you know you're gonna be this kind of person, but we're gonna wait to see if more comes to the light. Now, I want you, before we get to Lizzo's response, because she did finally respond. Check this out. Davis, and I think her name is Kimberly, came out and made a response. And you know how TMZ goes. So we're gonna shout out to the video. If the video get down, or if I don't get monetized for the video, that's all good and love. But I want y'all to hear it first. So listen to them.
Or suggestions made by Lizzo, as you say, were they direct, where they said, I really want you to do it? Or was it more, I'm afraid if I don't, I might get fired?
Yeah, I think for both of us, there was like this always looming feeling of thinking that if you didn't do something or you didn't adhere to certain suggestions or demands, that your job could be in jeopardy. You know, have fun with her and, you know, go along with like what she was doing and, you know, be down for anything that they were favored. They were hired for more shows. They were invited on, you know, like private jets and to do cool things, and, you know, could hang out with her in like tropical settings like Hawaii and stuff like that. Some of our coworkers, you know, it's just like there was no line between professionalism and personal. And so we had in our minds that if we weren't, you know, down for anything, that we would then be ostracized later. It was this unspoken thing in the camp that if you weren't super fun, like if you like skipped out on all of the like outings and, you know, all that stuff, that you wouldn't be seen in good favor from Lizzo, and that you would then not be considered like one of the people that is like cool and down for anything, and then therefore not be booked for as many jobs.
Were these demands or suggestions made?
Get into it. So I'm here for it. I was just reading y'all comments. Shout out to Miss D.O. Thank you for coming through, boo. Shout out to Face Shot. Yeah. Shout out to I think I said Zap, and I said Risa. I said shout out to the members. Thank y'all for being here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was reading some of y'all comments. Some of y'all are like, Lizzo is definitely this way. It's in her behavior. Some of y'all are like, I think I read one comment that said, if she's always been that way, she's gonna always be way. Thank you for dropping down. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Pizza, you and Pizza are gonna have a Torian debate, hopefully tomorrow or Saturday. Okay. I say this: if you were here it go. If you were in arts before money, you still gonna be an arts when money is just on display and more. That's why I'm saying I think this was a lot of her behavior. I think it came with Lizzo. What we're seeing now is being mad at getting fired, and now allegations are coming. Because part of me feel like this wouldn't have came if the allegations if she never got fired. You know, now you're holding all this malice. Now you're upset. Folks would be like, well, where's the documentation where you literally went through and documented and made these claims to let them know that they need to mediate this behavior? That's how cases are going to go. They're going to ask you to break all that shit down. You're not just going to come with a complaint. And I'm sure they have stuff. I love to see it. And again, I'm not on no one side, but I do see what's going on here. It's like, okay, all right. I don't want to believe it. Okay. Because that star not as bright as it was, and Atlantic stopped paying the bloggers for Cardi. Baby, Atlantic, let me tell you what Atlantic did. Atlantic, basically, they pushed Cardi B to the side and helped pick Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice track for the Barbie soundtrack, and paid to promote it. Atlantic, Cardi B's label, paid to promote it and all of that good shit. So everybody said, oh shit, Atlantic ain't fucking with Cardi B no more. Now they fucking with her. And they're saying they stopped paying for Cardi B. They're not. Cardi B's requested more money for her album, and they're not budging on the budget. They're like, bitch, it's your second album because you've been around for 5 years with one album. No, you still getting this little $2 million for this album, and we need to see what you're gonna do. And she wants more money, but y'all can front money for Nicki and that. So, and I'm like, it's just business. I don't know why we always got to go to this. It's I saw the video. It's cute banter. It's just business. They'll probably make more money pushing that single right now than they would trying to give you more money for a Cardi B album that, again, we're not getting till next year because, you know, she pushed her project back. So Shout out to Atlantic Records for making the right decision, though, where to put their money at in what the first quarter of the year, second quarter of the year, third quarter of the year. Shout out to them for that. And again, Lizzo, we're gonna be watching. Stay tuned to this because I want facts. I want facts. I want other women to come forward with these similar allegations. Lizzo's response. Let's get to it. So Lizzo came out and respond. Lizzo hits back at outrageous, unbelievable sexual harassment lawsuit. And I think she did a great job. You know how I'm always like, get your ass out here and say something. Do not sit by and let something like this go. And she did. She came out, and I like what she said. I like the fact that it seemed like she did not name anyone. She wasn't trying to put anyone on blast. She just literally kept it for what it was. So she went on to say, I am not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain that people in the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. There's nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. I want to thank everyone who has reached out in support to lift me up during this difficult time. Girl, we're going to be here. We staying tuned to the story. And thank you for the Cash App, boo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, so we gotta stay tuned to the Lizzo story, y'all. We really do gotta stay tuned. You gotta look at it at both sides. And remember, go look at, can I drop the link to the actual case? Y'all gotta go look at the lawsuit that was filed. This lawsuit that was filed. Don't just go off the blogs, don't just go off the media, because they are bringing fat shaming up to the top. Like that is the, but you know it's gonna get us to look at it. Like it's what, but when you go into it, it's really a retaliatory claim when you really get down to it. What triggered this was you were terminated for this reason. So we go through these reasons, and then you feel like because there was a pattern of things that you didn't agree with, you got terminated. Okay, let's go through those pattern of things. Then once you start going through it, you're going to demonstrate. So like, it's more than just fat shaming. Let's not jump down Lizzo's throat so quickly, so fast. Let's just wait for more stuff to come out, more details to come out. I'm sure Lizzo's team is preparing a legal response to the lawsuit, of course, because they have to. But I'm sure they're going to prepare, and then we'll talk about it from there. I want to hear her side. I mean, I'm at a point now. I heard their side. Unless a new set of individuals come out, I think they've done their due diligence. They brought it to the forefront. Now it's for the law to do its job. It's for Lizzo to respond. I think she owes us a response outside of this, at least from a legal basis. You know, yeah, that's where I'm at. Do I listen to Lizzo? I really wasn't a big listen to Lizzo fan in the first place, but I mean, I'm not turning the track. Will this cause me to stop? No, I ain't there yet. I'm not one of those people who can just resurface stuff and then jump. No, I like to be convicted myself, and I think the crew, that's our biggest thing over here. We want to be convicted in what we know and see. We ain't with the masses, and so we're gonna stay tuned to that story. Crew, that's all I got for y'all today. I was trying to get it to a 2-hour show. I was like, I owe my crew a 2-hour show. I was trying to get it there. I want to just go back to this real quick. This was my quote of the day, and it was always be prepared for the unexpected, because we don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen, but just be prepared. Even thinking about it, even thinking about it. I be saying to myself, when I'm about to take a trip or some shit, people always, I don't carry cash, I carry card. But you know how assuring it is to have something in your suitcase, because you never know what's going to happen, just in case. Little things like that. So always be prepared for shit that don't happen. And crew, I thank y'all for being here. I really do appreciate it, yo. We back in action. We delivering the news. Let me see. The fat shaming isn't the worst. That banana part and new entertainment part was wild. It was. You know what? And that's why I had to look at it from the perspective of the girl Davis, who identified as being a virgin. Everybody knew that. And then that's why I said that ain't nothing but Lizzo's ego. Oh, you a virgin on my show? Go on and touch it, girl. Touch it. Now, you know, if that was your real friend, you'd be like, bitch, I ain't touching shit. Leave me the fuck alone. But that ego and I got the bucks will force you, and you forget. You forget that, oh, I can no longer act like I'm a friend. I'm actually this girl's boss. So she probably will feel forced, because if she don't, she probably think I'll fire her or terminate her for her not doing something that I want her to do that goes against her morals. She's not thinking that. She's thinking, do it. I'm doing it, and I'm Lizzo. Girl, you got to rise up above all of that, because you can't act like that. Don't get your ass work. Thank you, Mo Better. Thank y'all for coming out. Let's go. Okay. Yes, and a video surfaced about her talking about her banana fetish. Now I don't know about all of that, y'all. Now, cause see, I ain't with the Stan Wars make Stan Wars make business more personal than what it is. They go where the money flows, right? Stan Wars, yeah, you're right. You're right. I get it now. Yep. Atlantic Records is trash. They sign anybody's. I don't think it will ever make it to trial. She will settle and make them all sign a non. Here I go. Why are y'all around Lizzo that close? They have something called first degree, second degree, third degree. It's all the way up to 6 degrees of separation, literally, in these little organizations. Within 2, it's non-disclosure agreement. Within 3, they don't even talk to you. You got to get to that person to get to that person to talk to you. So these are people you actually perform around. So they're within 2. You ain't got no tight lip. You can't record. Your phone can't be in here. I will sue the shit out of you. Your anybody living. I will take you to trial. People will do that for the right kind of dollar. Yeah, they signing their name. I'm working with Lizzo and I gotta do this. Okay. It's to me like she have her business and her affairs in order. The comment that there was no separation between personal and professional is telling. Between pages, yes, it is. It's telling for a lot of reasons. It's telling. You're right. It's telling. She really thought these girls were her friends. She really did. And there we go. It's similar to this parasocial relationships that content creators on these social media platforms they have with their subscribers or their audience. She really thought that they were friends to the point that, honey, once you fire me, or honey, if I tell you I don't want to do something and you gonna ball your fist up, the fuck. Anytime somebody do that, that's you already assume that you're in a position to make me do something. That's a problem. You're my boss. What does that look like your boss doing that to you? Go do that. I'm not gonna do that. No, I don't think that's appropriate for me to do that. A natural response would be like, okay, so justify. What's your reasons why? Explain. But to ball your fist up, girl, these ain't your home girls. These ain't shorties on the block. These ain't your kids. None of that. These are your employees. You shouldn't be hanging with your employees in the first place. You better take a page from Oprah and Gail. Like, you shouldn't be. You better put a bitch on a lane and get out of it. Go over there and dance with that artist, and we can be friends. So I ain't got to direct you or nothing, and we can be tight. That's what you really should do, because there's gonna be conflict. And now look, you're getting sued. You better back away off of some other girls. So I'm telling you, if you really do have your hidden ego, girl, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. It ain't gonna get pretty. It's gonna get ugly. So is this a civil suit or there's a criminal aspect involved? So right now, this is a civil lawsuit they filed. Let me make sure it's just a civil lawsuit. It's just a civil lawsuit. Yep, sexual harassment suit filed against her. She filed a 35-year-old was named. Oh yeah, civil suit. Yep, the 35-year-old singer was named in the civil suit. Risa, why you bring that up? I ain't even pay attention to that. Girl, you know what? You already know where my brain is going. So they did a civil and not a criminal first. Because typically what happens is you do a criminal first to prove it. And if that gets thrown out, you follow up with the civil, because there are 2 different courts. Child. This is is gonna be interesting. I didn't even think about that, Risa. I didn't even think about it. Hey, Torres. Good morning. It did, Roman. They said it on Instagram yesterday. Banana fetish. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. A banana fetish? You crazy. What up, Nary? Talking about something the way Roman take it out as I have a lot of lawyer friends. That's why. I really do. When I tell you I do, I have a lot of lawyer friends, paralegals. I got a friend who she got her lawyer degree and don't work nowhere in the lawyer field. She works in a whole nother industry. And I just asked her, I was like, you did all of that. Not a Jay Wilson. She did all of that to do that. No, she did all of that. She working in a whole nother field, environmental science. She's like, yeah, she couldn't do it. Sounded more and more like a money grab. Oh no, civil comes first if it wasn't a crime. See, but that's my thing. They're alleging sex. Where are we at with the alleging? They're alleging sexual harassment, religious discrimination. They're alleging a lot of things that you could actually, if there's some. Oh yeah, I see this Instagram post now with this damn tongue, with this banana. Oh my God, she really did say she need potassium in her stuff. Lizzo, where she be saying this at? She be doing this at her concert, y'all. Y'all, this going overboard. She need potassium in her puss. That's what it says, y'all. That's just overboard for me. That is a little bit overboard for me. I ain't see that just till now. Oh, okay. Yeah, you start. Yeah. Oh, you start with civil. Then after your lawyer tack up charges, then it becomes criminal. There ain't gonna be no charges. I don't think there's gonna be any charges beyond this because I think there will be more evidence. I don't know because I'm looking at how the R. Kelly case went on when they started filing those criminal charges, all those criminal charges, then everybody started coming out the woodworks filing the criminal charges. And it seemed like after that, then they started filing civil lawsuits because they wanted to go after that dollar bill. That's what I was looking at in comparison to this. But I see what you're saying. Sexual harassment is a crime. It is a crime. That's what I'm saying. They would have went and filed a sexual harassment complaint, filed with the police. Police would have investigated and charged her with that. But they didn't. So now they're going to civil. It sounds like they're using a civil case to find stuff to then bring criminal charges against her, in my opinion. But you could absolutely be right. You absolutely could be right. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna hit my friend up after this and ask because I'm curious too now. What comes before when I started with criminal? Right. Then the victims hit. Exactly. That's what I thought was gonna happen here. Criminal out the gate, and then listen. We gonna find out, y'all. We gonna find out. All right, crew. Thank y'all for being here with me. Hit that like button. Yo, it's been a good show. I'm gonna see y'all again. It ain't gonna be too long. It's gonna be very soon. But I appreciate it rocking with y'all this morning. I'm about to get to the business. Y'all have a great day. I have a beautiful day. To the replay crew, thank you if you made it this far. Shout out to you. I hope you hit that like button. Let me know in the comments that you stopped through or whatever. And when you drop down in the comment, the question is gonna be, what is your mood right now? That let me know you made it to the end of this video. What is your mood right now? And drop it in the chat. Drop it in the comment box. All right, crew. Until next time, deuces. We're gonna go out on some DKL.
Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman news, coming just for you.